Hello children and hello mothers, sweet mothers of my sweet, sweet children. So last time, in the last episode, we had seen that Hanumanji had burnt the whole of Lanka. With the fire on his tail, he went all around Lanka and he burned the whole city up. Remember? So all the people in Lanka were really scared that what is happening, why is Lanka burning, and what is this, why is Ravan not sending Sita back? So they were all very worried. And they were talking to each other, but they were so scared of Ravan, they could not say anything to him. But Ravan was not at all worried. He was very arrogant, full of ego, and he said, nobody can dare challenge him. He has so much might, and he didn't give much importance to the fact that Hanuman had actually managed to burn the Lanka and go. He said, it's okay, let's see whatever happens. And although his younger brother, Vibhishan, who was actually his younger brother, but he was not so demonic, and he was also a secret, he secretly had faith in Lord Ram. So he also tried to tell Ravan that, you should send Sita back and you should not fight with Ram. There is no point because you are going to be defeated. But that made Ravan even more angry and he felt even more challenged. He said, you don't know anything and I have all the might. And because he was a king, he was surrounded with all sorts of sycophants also, who would not tell him the truth. So all his sycophants, his courtiers, they all started saying, no, nobody, can match your power. Nobody can, beat you. Don't worry. And let them come. We will see what can they do to us. Ravan is all the strength. He's so powerful. So Ravan was all boosted. His wife also, Mandodari, his first wife Mandodari, tried to tell him that don't do this, send Sita back. It's not right to keep somebody else's wife. But he was very annoyed, and then she was worried that Ram might kill him. So she even said that, but he said, no, you're just feeling scared. You don't worry, my sweetheart. Ram cannot kill me. I am very strong for anybody. So he didn't do any preparation. He didn't send Sita back. And instead, he decided that, he will do something so that Sita agrees to marry him. So he called a magician to his court and he said, you make a illusion of Ramchandraji's head and I will take it to Sita and I will show it to her and say that Ram has been killed in the war and now he is not there anymore and then she should agree to marry me. So that was his plan. So till then all his other plans had failed. The demons had tried to scare her, but she didn't get scared and she used to keep refusing to marry Ravan. And Ravan had given her a month to decide. So now when the magician went to her and he showed her that, see, Ram is dead and this is his head. Sita, when she saw the head, she started crying and she really cried a lot, So she started crying profusely and she was upset and she said, if Ram has died for me, I'm willing to die for him. And she was all mentally ready that she will just, either burn herself or just die. But she will not marry Ravan in any case, no matter what happens. So while she was saying all that and, suddenly what happened and that, people in the Lanka started shouting that Ram and Lakshman have come and their army has come to attack. And when Ravan heard that, he ran away from the Shokvatika. And when he ran away, what happened was that that head just vanished into thin air. So then Sita got to know that it was a magic trick and it was not Ram's head and she felt much, much better. Now what when Ravan found out which army had come, people told him, oh, a whole lot of monkeys have come with sticks and stones. Now this whole army of monkeys was Sugriva's army. Remember, Ramchandraji had gone to ask Sugriva for his help, and when they got to know that Sita is in Lanka and there's this huge ocean between the place which is now Rameshwaram and Lanka that they have to cross. So they were like, not knowing how they will do that with such a big army. So Ramchandra ji sat down near the ocean and he really prayed to the ocean. He made a shivling there and he prayed to the gods to tell the ocean to give him a passage so that they could just walk across to Lanka. But the ocean won't listen. Nothing was happening. So Lakshman told him that, he's not going to react. You take out your bow and arrow and you just dry up the ocean and we'll walk across. So put fire to the water. So Ramchandra ji had, special powers. He was the Lord Vishnu incarnate. So he took out his bow and arrow, and as he just tried to take an aim towards the ocean and the water started heating up and burning, all the creatures in the ocean, realized something wrong is happening, and then the ocean god came out and he bowed down to Ram and he said, please don't put fire to the water, all the creatures will die in the ocean, and I will, tell me how I can help you. And he also brought lots of pearls and things from the ocean as gifts to Lord Ram. So Lord Ram said that we need to cross you because we have to go to Lanka and I want to take my army with me. So what should we do? So he said, don't worry. In your army, there are two monkeys. One is Neel and one is Nar. And they are bestowed with this power that whatever stone they throw into the ocean, that is going to keep floating. So it will not sink. So why don't you tell them, give them some stones and make a stone bridge from here till Lanka, and then you can all just walk across. So Ram really thanked him for this brilliant idea, and then all the monkeys and Neel and Nar got to work. And everybody was bringing stones and logs and things, and Neel and Nar would just keep putting them in the water. And quickly they built a bridge right from Rameshwaram to Lanka, and then they walked across it. And they had stones and logs in their hands as weapons, and they reached. So when they reached, Ravan got to know that a whole army of monkeys has come with Ram. So he found it very funny that, what are monkeys going to do? And what they don't even have any weapons. They just have stones and logs and, tree trunks and stuff like that in their hand. And they think that they're going to fight against me and win. I have all sorts of weapons, I have bows and arrows, I have swords, I have everything with me. So he just sent one of his sons, Prayas his name was. So he said, my son only can manage them and he pushed them away from Lanka. So he sent Prayas on a chariot with all sorts of weapons and an army, and he said, you go and shove them away, put them back into the ocean, let them get out of my country. So when Prayas went in his chariot, you know what the monkeys did? They were very strong. They didn't have bows and arrows, but they had physical power. So they just picked up the whole mountain Trikut on which the chariot was. The palace was on a mountain. Remember I told you Mount Trikut in Lanka. So they picked up the mountain and they started shaking the whole mountain, and the chariot started shaking. And Prayas, he just fell off the chariot, and then they just threw stones at him, and he just died over there because of all that commotion. And the news went to Ravan that Prayas has died. And he was shocked. He said, my God, how could these monkeys overpower my strong son with all his weapons and all the military with him? So now he didn't know what to do. So he got an idea. He said, let me wake up Kumbhakaran. So Kumbhakaran was another brother of Ravan's who was really strong. He used to sleep for 6 months. That's why he was called Kumbhakaran. He would just sleep for 6 months and then eat for the next 6 months and then sleep for 6 months. So he was sleeping. So Ravan went and woke him up. Kumbhakaran, get up. Prayas has been killed. And this whole army of monkeys has come into Lanka with Ravan and with with Lakshman and Ram, and they're trying to, fight with us. And you better do something about it. You go. So Kumbhakaran got up. Suddenly he said, what is happening? I was sleeping and this person is getting so frantic. He said, what's the matter? So monkeys, you don't worry, I'll go and just set them right. So he went and he was huge. So when he reached there, Angad was there, Sugriv was there, Hanumanji was there. And this huge, when he came in, he was Angad and Sugriv got a little scared of him only because he was so huge. And he just kicked them around and he hurt them. And Ramchandra ji but saw that happening. So when he saw that, Kumbhakaran has come and he's trying to hurt my people, he just took out his arrow and bow and he did one arrow to one of his arms and one arm fell off. Then the other to the other arm and the other arm fell off. And then he did one more to the neck and Kumbhakaran died. So now when Kumbhakaran died, the message went to Ravan again that Kumbhakaran has also died. So now he was furious. He said, my God, this monkey army has first killed my son, Prayas, now they've killed Kumbhakaran. So he said, I'm going to kill Sita now because it's because of her. Because of her all this is happening. I've lost my son, I've lost my brother, I'm going to kill off this lady now. So while he was in his anger, really wanting to kill Sita, Indrajit came. He was his son also. And he said, Father, don't worry. You don't kill her right now. Let me go and fight them. I will kill them and come. And then she might get ready to marry you. So of course Ravan wanted to marry her. So he said, okay, you can go. So now because of that, because of Indrajit, the war didn't stop. So he now went to try his luck and the war continued. So what happened in the war after that, I will tell you in the next episode. Hope you enjoyed this episode with me. And if you enjoyed it, do send me a comment in the comment section. And if you have yet not subscribed to Diliwalinanikikahani, please subscribe it. Press the bell icon because I'm going to be telling you the complete Ramayana. And you must subscribe and listen to all the stories. You will really enjoy them. And I love you all.